When starting a YouTube channel, there is one mistake that could set you back for months. Now, I sat down and I talked with my brother Matt the other day, who has grown over a dozen YouTube channels and has been growing YouTube channels for over 10 years now, and he shared with me a mistake that if you make within the first 30 days of your channel, you could be stuck at your view count and your subscriber count. All right, so let's say you're getting started with your YouTube channel. You've created your YouTube channel and you've created your first video, and you were so excited to share it with the world. So you're like, okay, I don't know how to get views, so I'm going to share this video with my family and my friends. And when you do this, you're like, okay, I want to get more views and I want to get more attention because I'm putting all of this work into my content. So why shouldn't the people that I care about be watching my content? What better way to get views right away? Which makes sense in theory because you need views to grow on YouTube. So it's smart, right? But something that not a lot of people know is doing this one simple thing, it can mess up your channel's data and your algorithm for months. But here's the thing, YouTube has an algorithm, and it has a very advanced algorithm. Now, YouTube's algorithm isn't just a bunch of people working for YouTube watching every video that is put out there, because that would be impossible, but it's a really, really advanced AI software. And when you upload a video to YouTube, it is going to go through a few different phases. Now, I found 4 different phases that I want to talk about. The first phase is going to be maybe a day or 2 after you upload a video. And YouTube is going to be showing that video to a small test audience. But this test audience is going to be quite small at first. It's just going to be a handful of people. And this is going to be based off of a few different upload settings. So this could be your title, your tags, or your description. But once this small audience decides to click on your video, YouTube is going to be analyzing every single thing that they do. How long they stay on your video, if they've clicked on your video in general, and if they subscribe to your channel or engage in any way, shape, or form. Now let's say the first few days of your video did well. People enjoyed your content, a handful of people watched it. Now you're in maybe a week later or 2 weeks later after you uploaded your video. We're moving on to phase number 2. YouTube is now going to expand that audience into a bigger audience. And it's going to be a bigger audience that has similar interests to your channel. And this is where YouTube figures out, okay, who is this video for? Next up, moving on to phase number 3, for the next 3 to 4 weeks, YouTube will start showing your videos to people with a specific viewing pattern. So for an example, let's say YouTube is like, hey, this is a creator that is creating videos about how to grow on YouTube. We are going to take this video and promote it to people who are obsessed with YouTube growth. Now moving on to phase number 4 of YouTube's algorithm, YouTube is now going to understand what your channel is about. So they're going to start promoting your videos alongside people who are in the same niche as you. Now there's a lot that goes into the algorithm, but you'll notice that if you do everything right within phase number 1, the next steps are going to come so much easier. And I'm going to paint a little bit of a picture hypothetically so you guys get the gist. Let's say that you have a channel and it's about psychology. And then let's say your target audience is going to be people that are maybe in their early 20s to later 30s. And these people are very interested in how the brain works. Let's say you've made your first psychology video and you're super excited, and hypothetically in this scenario, you're a psychology major and you want to share this video to your classmates. What better way to share this video to your classmates than posting it on Instagram, because they all follow you there. And then you take this link and you share it to the world, and let's say it reached 100 people, which give or take. And then boom, just like that, on your video, you have 100 views. This is amazing. This is working. This is a great start. But let me tell you what is actually happening here. Chances are only 20 of these people are actually going to watch your video. And if 20 of those people out of 100 shares watch your video, that's a 20% click-through rate. And something that's interesting to me is the fact that click-through rate, it's important. But it's not the most important thing. And it's especially not going to matter the most if it's coming from something like an external source such as Instagram. And then a lot of the people that clicked on your video, chances are they're not really going to be interested in the content that you've shared. Let's say you shared one of the videos to your sibling, which they're kind of interested in psychology. So hey, I'm going to give it a share. And they watch maybe a minute of your video. And then your retention rate, just like that, it is below 10%. And this is actually what's going to harm your channel. I mean, believe me, there are many times when my friends share YouTube video links with me, and it's something that I'm not necessarily interested in, but I click on the video, I give it a little bit of a watch, but hey, I've only made it 30 seconds in and I'm already bored, so I just click off. And needless to say, I'm not going to subscribe to this channel. And even if somebody does subscribe to your channel, that's a family or friend, chances are they're not going to watch your content unless they're actually interested in the niche. And then from YouTube's little AI perspective, they're like, okay, this person made a video, they shared it to a bunch of people. People did click on this video, but they didn't watch a lot of it. So it's gonna send some mixed signals. But on the other hand, if you rely on YouTube's algorithm to promote your video, you're gonna go a lot further because YouTube is relying on signals that you send to it yourself, such as your title tags, thumbnails, and descriptions. And the good news here is you can optimize those by hand. And for an example, YouTube tests your content with the same amount of people that a week ago you shared your video with. And then they're going to be sharing your video to a specific audience if you optimize your video right. But let's say you're relying on YouTube's algorithm and you get only a 7% click-through rate. This is still better because it is a click-through rate on YouTube's platform. And instead of these viewers watching your video for 30 seconds, they watch for maybe 4 minutes because they clicked on this video because it's a topic that they're interested in. And then a good handful of these people subscribe to your channel. So if we go the route where we're sharing our YouTube video as a link on an external source, we're showing YouTube that our video is not worthy. But if we go with the second scenario that I described, YouTube is going to have a better read on what your content is about, and you're going to have better results with engagement and views because the people that click on your video are actually going to watch your video if it's a good video with value. So let's look at how this works over time. So if you're polluting your algorithm by sharing your videos with your friends and family, YouTube is going to get confused and they're going to keep showing your video to audiences that are not interested. Your retention rate is 10%, maybe you get 400 views monthly, and you've got around 5 subscribers. And then even if you're creating content within your same niche for the next few months, YouTube is still going to be confused because you sent it mixed signals. And then at this point, it is so easy to think to yourself, okay, YouTube is not for me. It is literally impossible to grow. And I see this with a lot of channels, but the worst part about this is the fact that it's avoidable. And it's a mistake that a lot of people don't know they're making. But if you let YouTube find your channel naturally within the first few weeks, you are going to get better results. Your channel is going to look completely different, especially because YouTube has recently been favoring smaller creators. I don't know about you guys, but when I open my YouTube feed recently, I've seen a lot of smaller channels, a lot of videos that only have 20 views. And if you just let YouTube do its thing, your click-through rate will go up. Same with your subscriber count, and it doesn't leave you with that feeling of wanting to quit, which sounds a whole lot better to me. I don't know about you guys, but when people are failing on YouTube, it is so natural to think, hey, YouTube is against me. They actually hate me. They don't want me to grow, which is actually further from the truth because YouTube wants you to succeed. They're actually begging you to succeed. And when you think about it, why wouldn't YouTube's platform want you to do good? Because with YouTube's platform, people either come to watch or they come to create. And when they come to watch videos that they love and enjoy, they spend a lot of time on the platform, which means YouTube is making more money. So it only makes sense that YouTube wants good content to be put onto its platform. And YouTube has invested billions of dollars into the most advanced AI systems in the world to make their platform better and to suggest the right videos to the right viewers. They want to get their algorithm correct. So the truth here is YouTube is way better at finding your audience than you ever will be, but they do need a little bit of help from you to understand what you're all about. But if you're polluting this data with suggesting your videos to people that are not interested, you're essentially just sabotaging your channel. But you're also sabotaging how much money you could be making as well. It's not fun. Let me break this down for you. Let's say you're getting 5,000 monthly views on your channel and your videos are going out to the wrong audience, so your CPM is looking like $2 and your revenue is 20. And then if you're promoting something like an affiliate product or maybe even your own product, then your conversion rate is going to look absolutely terrible because the people that are watching your content aren't interested in the content that you're making. Well, let's switch it over and let's say that the right audience is watching your video and you're still getting 5,000 monthly views, the same amount of monthly views. Your CPM could get bumped up to $13, and then your revenue might look as high as $130, and your conversion rate would go up as well because people trust you within your niche. So then with the right audience, you would be getting a total monthly revenue of around $400, but with the wrong audience and the same amount of views, you would be getting $40. So getting our videos to the right audience is important. And to do this, we need to make sure that we're using the exact keywords that our audience is searching for. And you need to be creating thumbnails that people within your niche want to click on. And my favorite way to figure this out is simply just searching up my niche on YouTube and see what is working. I mean, it's literally a cheat code because YouTube is showing you exactly what is working for other creators in your niche. So why not model this? And then after a few weeks, you're gonna wanna go into your YouTube analytics, take a little bit of a peek. And I figured out some target metrics that I want you guys to be aiming for. First up, your average viewer duration, you're gonna want it to be over 35%. This is if your videos are around 8 to 10 minutes long. And then a good click-through rate is gonna be over 4%. And then lastly, this one's missed a lot, but just make sure that the comments on your video have to do with what you're posting about. Now, there is one exception when it comes to telling people about your YouTube channel and about the videos that you're creating. The one exception is going to be if your friends and family are genuinely interested in consuming the niche that you're creating within. This would be the only time that it is beneficial to share your video to a friend. For example, if I shared one of my videos to my brother, he has a channel within the same niche as me, so chances are he would like to watch one of my videos. And I know he does. But they need to be interested in your niche and they need to be consuming it on their own time. But you need to be sure of this. All right, you guys, now at this point, you have two choices. You can do your YouTube channel with trial and error, or you can learn from somebody that has been growing YouTube businesses for over 10 years now, which again is my brother Matt, and he has a course. If you're interested in it, make sure to check out the link in my description to schedule a call, and make sure to check out a free training on this right here. Super beneficial video and completely free, so why not? And thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.